All right. Good morning, Flagler County. This is Danielle Anderson, your host of Lifeline, the radio show connecting you to positivity in our community. And we have one of my favorite characters in the studio this morning. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Danielle. Great to be here.
I'm so excited to have you here. And we've been cutting up behind the scenes. So you guys can check us out on Facebook on WNZF News Radio, right there on Facebook page, or catch us on YouTube Live as well. So John is the artistic director and actually the founder of one of our community's most
Co-founder.
co-founder of one one of our community's most amazing little theaters here, and City Repertory Theater is just one of our favorites. He's like, I can't even say anything. Oh my gosh! So if you guys haven't checked it out, it's over in City Marketplace, and it's been there. This is your what anniversary?
This is our 15th season, and you remember back in 2011 when we were the little engine that nobody thought we could, starting out in J.J. Graham's art studios at the time.
Yeah, I wish he would bring his studio back there.
Me too. And J.J. really was the impetus for Diane and I to get going. We had just left Flagler Playhouse, and he says, come on over and do theater, because his art and the kind of theater we like to do are very, very similar.
Indeed.
And he got us the venue that we needed and took off from there.
And you guys, and the cool part about it was it was such a really great time in Palm Coast Arts, because, the Art League was there, and they had their was it Second Saturdays when they would bring people there, and then you guys had art going on, and he had art going on. It just, the vibe and the synergy was just so great.
It was, and it went strong, and then COVID hit.
So JJ, we need you to come back to the City Marketplace.
In fact, JJ, this season we're doing a retrospective. We're doing some of our favorite plays over the last 15 years, and JJ, we're doing the play Art. And if you remember Art, you painted a completely white canvas for the show and said, you throw white on canvas and that's all there is to it. And you made it subtle and interesting and fabulous. And because we're CRT, when we bring it back in March, we're doing it with an all-female cast.
Oh, wow.
So
you're always pushing the
spin
envelope
on everything. Yeah, we try to do that.
That's the great thing about what you do is, you're not afraid to push the boundaries of any show.
Well, that's why we are doing what we're doing. We're there to be the alternative, and we find enough people who like the alternative, so it's going very well. Thank you.
Even the conservatives in town like City Repertory Theater. I can say that from personal experience. But let's talk a little bit about the arts community here. How did you get started? It's the Little Theater,
right? Back in 1978, the Little Theater of Palm Coast was established, founded. And it was a thriving community theater for many years. In fact, Diane Ellison, my partner's mother, was one of the founding members of that Little Theater of Palm Coast. When I got here in 2004, it was kind of on the wane. And they were working out of people's living rooms and then working in the schools on the cafetorium stages.
Oh, really?
So when I got here, they made me president immediately.
Always new blood gets the honor.
and I insisted that we start with seasons, and so I found the WIC line that was willing to allow us to work down there, which was great. And for the first year and a half, a little bit more, we worked out of the WIC line as the Little Theater of Palm Coast, and then we got very lucky with the sale of a piece of land that Little Theater had, and we were able to, at that time, buy the church in Bunnell outright. And so we felt like we needed to change, so the name went from Little Theater to the Flagler Playhouse. And Diane and I and a bunch of people started full seasons there, converting the church into a theater. I loved that place. It was just magnificent. Had a lot of nooks and crannies. I don't know if you remember some of the shows we did there. We had people hanging out of the soundboard speakers over the balcony.
It's
It was great.
perfect.
Yeah, it was. It was fun. It was fun. And Diane and there stayed there until 2011. In fact, February of 2011, when we were not interested in doing the same shows that had been done and done and done. And so we had a great mix of synergy with J.J. Graham and started City Repertory Theater. And it was the summer of 2011. So,
And it has just been tremendous ever
yeah,
since.
well, our signature show at that point was the Laramie Project, which was the Matthew Shepard story. And it went, there were so many good actors in the area. It was amazing. And we were getting people who had been on Broadway and done all kinds of things. And we had a great, great time there. In fact, we got so ambitious, they still yell at me because in the second season we did 13 shows. I said, well, some of them are only one-person shows. Uh-huh.
But it still takes work.
It takes work. And the one-person shows were taking as much time because of the detail as the others. But that's the way, it's been fabulous. And the audiences continue to grow. And we still hear, for some reason, oh, I didn't know you were there.
That's the biggest surprise to me is when I hear somebody who says, I love theater. I had no idea they were here.
Yeah. And, with you and with Pierre at Flagel Live and Brian at the Observer, we've had hundreds, literally, of articles written about us over the years. And
Even
so,
Barbara Salter.
huh?
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and
Oh,
Barbara
sure.
doing things for the News Journal and other places that she was putting things out. I mean, there's so much exposure for the arts community. It's baffling when people are like that.
Well, we'll find them at some point, or they'll find us at some
We'll
point.
find.
We're coming for you.
I love it. And the interesting thing is like the theater, the folks that you've been able to pull through the theater, like Annie Gabus and people like this. It's just wait, who's the husband and wife that come?
Earl Levine and Victoria Page.
And they're just like incredible.
Well, Earl was in the Fantastics off Broadway for a lot of years. Both of them have a lot of Broadway, New York experience, some TV experience. Annie, of course, does a show with us every year. She started with us at the Playhouse. And in fact, this year, we're doing It's a Wonderful Life. As a radio play.
Oh,
And she'll be part of that for our Christmas program.
talk about
And
Lenice. Oh my gosh.
listen, there are great talents, but Lenice is a step above that. She's been brilliant, and those of you who have heard her know exactly what I'm talking about, and those of you who haven't should. And Lenice this year is going to be doing a couple of evening withs, one-night things, totally involved with music. And then she, in January, is reprising her role of Billie Holiday in the Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill with Ben Beck, magnificent pianist. And then she is going to be involved in our the Colored Museum in February. So we're very lucky that she's involved. Of course, last year she played Judas in our all-female version of Jesus Christ Superstar. But she and Philippa Rose Flip and Bo Wade and Agata Sikoska-Lee and just a whole bunch of kids, I call them kids, that Diane and I have raised from back in 2006 and 7 and 8 and 9 and have grown and are just wonderful talents.
It's amazing because there's like the first wave, which is like the Popes, Peter, those kind of folks. And then you've got this second wave of kids that are now growing up and they've become the theater. And it's just like, how do you think that the theater serves as like a lifeline for talent?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Now, I've been involved in theater for over 50 years, and I've seen teenagers, college students, all kinds of people involved. What it is an outlet for creativity. I mean, acting is one of the most explosive and important things I think that you can do. I mean, riding inside a character, getting the feelings, channeling all of the emotion and the ideas of some other person and making them your own, and then bringing that to the stage. Ah, it's glorious work.
It's liberating and freeing to become someone else for a moment.
And I've been trying to get you back on the stage for 15 years now. Come on now.
And I keep waiting for something that only has like 5 lines because I have terrible memory. Or I can
Well,
just stand there and smile.
we're in the same boat, dear. I can't remember anything anymore.
Isn't that crazy? But you can remember all these wonderful shows.
I talked to a friend the other day, and I say, look, I memorized this speech from Dr. Faustus in 1967, and I remember every word of the speech. And I'm looking at an actor, and I've worked with for 10 years and can't remember their name as I'm staring at them. Maybe some of your listeners have had that same experience.
I suspect they have. So we're going to remember to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with John Spordone and City Repertory Theater. So we're good. We're on track, right? All right. So we're back with City Repertory Theater. John Spordone, co-founder and artistic director of Palm Coast's most avant-garde theater.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're talking about the 15th season here. What are some of the shows? Did you pick the season, or did everybody kind of pitch in?
We've asked for a lot of input, and we've got a lot of input. And we could have picked another 10 shows because things have just been fabulous. But our second show, we did, it's called Around the World in 80 Days. Jules Verne's based on Jules Verne, 5 actors playing 39 characters, and there's an elephant. So we love this show. We did it back during COVID, under the tent, outside. We were the only place operating, and we only got 4 performances. So we wanted to bring it back. And Dano Waddell, was Passepartout. And he and I just love the show so much. We're going to, reprise it. And Bo is in it. And it's just going to be fabulous fun around the world in 80 days. And then Christmas time, holiday program, we're doing It's a Wonderful Life, a radio program.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
So
awesome. It's awesome. Jack Rose, Annie Gabus, and then there's a surprise guest who plays an old curmudgeon, the Potter character.
No.
Yes.
Is his name JS?
Yes, it is.
Oh, my goodness. I knew it.
I can read the script. It's a radio show.
That's my kind of show. Oh, my gosh. But you're kicking off with Avenue Q, which is like, tell people a little bit about that show.
Now, we like to describe Avenue Q as Sesame Street on steroids.
For adults.
It's for adults. Children not allowed. It is absolutely amazingly funny, great music. And what's been fun are the actors, and we got a couple of really good new actors with us, are learning to manipulate the puppets. All right, so the actor and the puppet appear at the same time, and they sing and interact, and it's quite marvelous. There's a cabaret scene. There's a number of scenes we won't talk about, but you will find totally amazing.
Hands in all kinds of inappropriate places.
Inappropriate, yes, totally inappropriate. Look, it won, 5 Tony Awards, ran on Broadway from 2002, 2003, 2006, 2007. So it's entertained, this show has entertained millions of people. So as inappropriate as it is fabulous. So
You definitely have to see that. Could we ever see something like Phantom of the Opera here?
no.
Never?
Well, our space is fairly small. If there's anybody out there who would like to donate a large, high-ceiling space for an innovative theater, we'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you.
And you've been able, how many people does the theater seat?
50.
about 50.
We can squeeze 60 in for some shows, but yeah, about 50.
And it's so interesting the way that, you think it would be all flat leveled and things like that, but you guys have actually made it like stepped and things like that where people can get, I mean, there's no bad seat, right?
You've heard me say 100 times or more. If you take an actor and walk them across an empty space, you can make theater, and that's what we believe in. And we this show Avenue Q has 11 different levels in
Wow.
our small space, and it makes it visually interesting. As composition, visual composition is so important to theater, in addition to all the sounds. Now, Ben Beck's music director, he's brilliant, and he's got this cast humming fabulously. So
I don't know how you get people. I do know. I mean, he's like amazing, but just to get talent like Ben to come here and be a part of these shows, it's incredible.
we we are so lucky to have Ben, and he drives down from Jacksonville area every night to be here and doing this. And of course, he will also be the keyboard player. He plays live for this. He's playing Trekkie Monster in this as well.
Phantom
And
of the
then
Opera.
he's coming. He's coming. He's going to play the pianist in Lady Day as well. So we're so lucky.
So what's the other show about? It says The Line. Is it The Line or All in the Timing?
Okay, Line. We did in 2012, 13. It's the best long one act play I've ever seen. And it's perfect for us. All you do is have a piece of masking tape on the floor 5 feet long. It's a line. And there are five people waiting in line. And what goes on
Oh,
during that time is totally amazing. You talk about competition, you talk about manipulation, it's a great show. And then we're teaming that with two vignettes from All in the Timing, which we did again during the COVID season. Bo Wade directed it over at the high school, actually in the black box over there. And the two vignettes are fabulous as well. We've picked a season that is
super diverse and really exciting.
Yeah.
Do you,
Yeah.
do you
If
ever
you haven't been to our theater, it's time.
do you ever see Shakespeare in the Park coming back to Palm Coast?
Oh, my God. We love that. The Palm Coast Arts Foundation, which no longer exists, and CRT teamed up and did 3 full seasons of Shakespeare in the Park under the tent out at Town Center. And then COVID hit, and it kind of a lot of things did not make it through, unfortunately. But Shakespeare, I'd love to bring Shakespeare in the Park back. Again, if there's a donor out there who wants to see some amazing older culture back in the Flagler County, Palm Coast area, we are ready to talk.
What would it take to put on a show like that?
Well, first of all, you need an arena. You need a space. That's vital. The tent was perfect for us. And then backing. Shakespeare, by nature, costs a bit more because of the large casts and costuming. But I can guarantee you out there that we have the actors who can speak the speech perfectly and fine. We innovate with Shakespeare as well. We're doing different kinds of settings, and I think we did when we did Taming of the Shrew. We did it in
Wonderful.
we
It was
did. I think it was
so good.
50s, and yeah, it's fun. Theater is fun, folks. Get away from your TV sets. You're not
Yeah.
going to the movies anymore. Come to the theater live. I guarantee it will be an experience you will not forget, especially in an intimate venue like City Repertory Theater. We're up close and personal.
Are you looking for any new people to get involved?
Of course. Of course. Our Facebook page announces auditions and invites people to come and help out backstage if they like, running lights, acting.
Get to know everybody, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to? I mean, people think I don't have Broadway experience. I don't have, decades of acting under my belt, can I still get involved?
It's quite amazing how many people come from different areas of life and who have been acting all their life. There's a wonderful line from a T.S. Eliot poem. I'm sorry, folks. T.S. Eliot, one of my favorites, who says, "We prepare a face to meet the faces that we meet." And that's what the actor does. And that's what people do in their lives. We all play different roles. Blah, 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 blah. But I guarantee it's fun.
So if you guys want to check it out, what's the website?
CRTPalmcoast.com.
Julie will have your hide if you don't know that.
CRTPalmcoast.com.
So check them out, crtpalmcoast.com. The season opens on September 19th with Avenue Q. If you just need a little raunchy fun with your friends, or even a fun date night with your spouse, right?
Oh, yeah. Just don't bring the kids.
Leave the kids at home, guys. All right, John. Well, thanks for bringing this in. I can't wait to see the season. Take it off. Take off.
Mark, did you hear her? Are you allowing that on the air?
We can leave that in. It's fine. We do want to thank WNZF News Radio, Flagler News Weekly, The Vigilante Philanthropists, Massage by Natalie, my total favorite, and, of course, the Benjamin Moore Paint Store here in Palm Coast for sponsoring